Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the September Polish Pickup. If you don't know what Polish Pickup is, every month a bunch of different indie makers get together and they contribute a product to the Polish Pickup site, and it runs the first weekend of every month. So this month's Polish Pickup will be available September 4th through the 7th. We have a general theme this month of All Hallows Eve, and then under that theme we have a bunch of different miniature themes, which I will talk about as we get to each polish. Each maker kind of picks their own inspiration under the All Hallows Eve umbrella as a theme. I feel like that didn't make much sense, and I feel like I explain it better every other month, but that's what I have to go off this month. It's very early and I'm trying to do this before the baby wakes up. In the description box below, I will link the Polish Pickup site, their Instagram page, their Facebook page, and my Instagram, where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. I will list all of the makers in the order that they appear in the video. I don't have room in my description box to link everybody's sites though. These polishes that you see today are exclusive to the Polish Pickup site. It won't be on the maker sites, and it won't be available past the ordering window of the 7th. Also, some products are what we call capped, and that just means there's only a certain number of the item available that month. So if it's something that you want, I would suggest going on as soon as you can to order the capped products, and then you can always go back and order the products that aren't capped, because it's a $3 flat rate shipping in the US, but they will refund the second $3 shipping and combine your order. I feel like I'm explaining things really terribly today, but I do have 27 products to look at today, so I am going to stop rambling and get started. So first, from Anchor & Heart Lacquer, we have Something Dark and Unnatural. This is inspired by the movie Practical Magic, and it's described as a shimmery, smoky dark blue polish with a scattered micro hollow flake. This will be $12 and there's no cap. The formula on this is excellent. I did get opacity in 2 coats. Depending on your application, you might want to go for 3. I did kind of do 2 thicker coats on this. The new Anchor & Heart brushes, I mean, they've been around for a few months now, but the new Anchor & Heart brushes have the rounded flat brush that like fits right into your cuticle area, so it does make a nice easy application. You are going to want top coat to finish this off because it does dry a little bit dull, but nothing in here is going to dry with some super texture, and nothing is going to be difficult to remove. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Something Dark and Unnatural and a glossy top coat. The other product from Anchor & Heart this month is their Tidal Mist Spray Lotion in the scent Magick. This says that the scent Magick features dragon fruit, apple blossom, cassava melon, and a crisp pear. It's a fruity floral combo and it's lightly scented. This will be $10 and there's a cap of 145 bottles available in the US and 5 in the UK. I really stand by Anchor & Heart's like body care products. I think they all work marvelously with my body chemistry. This lotion is something that's like kind of mind-blowing to me. You can spray it on, and every spray lotion that I've ever had kind of dries my skin out, which is the exact opposite effect that I'm going for. This one definitely doesn't do that. It also has the same kind of absorbency that their regular lotion has for me, where it doesn't just sit on your skin, but it actually like massages in, and it feels really nice. So I do enjoy this product. I think it's fantastic. So that's the Tidal Mist Spray Lotion in the scent Magick from Anchor & Heart Lacquer. Up next, from Black Dahlia, we have Sugar Skull. This is inspired by the Aztec rule known as Dia de los Muertos, and it's described as a black jelly with shifting green to blue to gold to violet and red to orange to purple flakes. This also has pink to violet to blue shifting glitter flakes, and red to copper and blue to green shifting crystal flakes. This is $11.50 with no cap. Cooper's waking up. Formula on this is good. It's a little bit on the thicker side. It's not difficult to work with. You do want 3 coats for full opacity. When you have a black base like this and delicate elements, you do have to make your base a little bit more sheer so you can see through each layer and see all of the added beautiful things that are in this. So I do appreciate this one as far as opacity goes, and the formula was good. You are going to want top coat. This does dry dull and textured, but nothing in here is difficult to remove. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Sugar Skull in a glossy top coat. The other product being offered from Black Dahlia Lacquer is their Sandalwood with Jasmine Cuticle Oil. This is simply inspired by Halloween. It's scented using only essential oils. It is described as a non-greasy, oil absorbent into the skin and helps nourish and hydrate nails and cuticles. This will be $6.25, and I don't see a cap on their site. This is excellent. I do stand by cuticle oils like it's my water for the day. I apply cuticle oil many times throughout the day. This is a good one. I don't think I favor one cuticle oil more than the other at this point because I pretty much just bathe in it and I just take what I can get. I don't really love the whole Rollerball cuticle oil. I just feel like I don't get nearly as much out of the bottle at a time as I do through other ways of dispersing cuticle oil, but it works well. It does hydrate my cuticles, it absorbs fast, so I do appreciate it. And that's the Black Dahlia Lacquer Cuticle Oil in the scent Sandalwood with Jasmine. Up next from Blush Lacquers, we have Corn Maze. This is inspired by the fall activity, walking through the corn maze, and it's described as a light tan nail polish with yellow tones, gold flakes, and holographic microflakes. This will be $11.50, and there is no cap. Per the usual with Blush Lacquers, this had a beautiful formula. It got completely opaque for me in 3 coats. If you're not super picky, you might be able to get away with 2. The little flakes that are in here are almost matching the base color. They do stand out, but they almost match it. So in certain lightings, it kind of just looks like a nice little fleck on your nails. And then in other lightings, it does shine. So I really, really like that. This would look beautiful with a matte top coat, so I think that's what I'm going to try next for this one. You are going to want a top coat either way. It does dry a little bit on the dull side, and some of the larger flakes that are in here can dry with some texture, but nothing in here is going to be difficult to remove. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Corn Maze in a glossy top coat. Up next from Clarissa Carroll, we have Now You See Me, Now You Don't. This is inspired by a Halloween chartreuse candy board, and it's described as a clear to black thermal with black, orange, green, and violet hollow glitter in various shapes and sizes. This is going to be $12.50, and there is no cap. These are fun. I think black to clear thermals are probably my favorite kind of thermals because I just realized with the Dany Vianna polish, that's also a clear to black thermal. You can layer this over other colors and get different effects. And I didn't think about that. Blows my mind. So I can't wait to play with that. I think this would be gorgeous over like a lime green, over a neon orange. I think this is going to be super stunning for Halloween manicures. In my swatches, I just did 3 coats of this. And I got full opacity in the cold state and the black state where I didn't see any of my visible nail line, but obviously when it's warm it does go too clear, so I did see my nail line at that point. You are going to want top coat for this. It is going to dry with some seriously intense texture. There's a lot of glitter in here, possibly 2 coats of a top coat, and removal is going to be extremely difficult. So in my swatch photo you're going to see 3 coats of Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and a glossy top coat. Up next from by Dany Vianna, we have Samhain. This is inspired by the Samhain demon from Supernatural, which I've never seen, so I could be saying Samhain wrong. And it's described as an orangish brownish with an aurora pigment. This will be $12, and there's a cap of 280 bottles available in the US and 20 in the UK. Formula on this is wonderful. I got complete opacity in 2 coats. Depending on your application, you might want to go in for 3, but I did think it looked really good on 2. This one is super original in my collection. It's nice and shifty. It's got a very original base color. I really, really like this. You are going to want top coat to finish this off. It does dry on the dull side, but nothing's going to dry textured or be difficult to remove. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Samhain and a glossy top coat. Dany Vianna's other contribution this month is called Traveling Witches. This is inspired by Glittering Broom's picture and is described as a thermal topper from clear to black when cold with microflakes in purple, copper, and peridot. This will be $11.50, and again there's 280 bottles available in the US and 20 in the UK. So this is where I discovered you can layer these polishes over different colors and get different effects, because somebody else did it on the Polish Pickup Facebook page and it blew my mind. I can't wait to play with these over the Halloween season. It's going to be so much fun to like find different combinations of this in the Coloristic Carol. I'm stunned. But anyway, I did 3 coats of this. I got full opacity in the black state, which is the cold state. It had a wonderful formula. I didn't have any running, pulling, or staining on this one. The little gold flecks that are in here are just beautiful. This is definitely going to dry down dull, so you are going to want top coat to finish this off, but nothing's going to dry textured or be difficult to remove. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Traveling Witches and a glossy top coat. Up next from the Deeva, we have Blood Type DVA Plus. This is inspired by a blood splatter, and it's described as a white crowley with a strong red shimmer and splatters of matte red glitters in different sizes, giving you a killer manicure. This will be $13 and there is no cap. Formula on this is very good. I did 3 coats to build it up to opacity. It is a little bit on the thinner side. It doesn't want to run or pull kind of thinner, but it does make it where it's kind of easier to manipulate the glitters to get them to spread out evenly, as opposed to in the more thicker curly bases, it's kind of, if a glitter lands there, that's where it's staying. This one is very easy to manipulate. The shimmer that's in here stands out really, really well on the nails. It does contrast with the white base very beautifully. You are going to want top coat to finish this off. It does dry textured and removal will be difficult. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Blood Type DVA Plus and a glossy top coat. Next up from Flirtin, we have Polka Face Pumpkin. This is inspired by a polka dot Halloween pumpkin, and it's described as a yellow crelly with glow-in-the-dark effects. This also has different sizes and styles of neon and hollow glitters. This will be $11.50, and there's a cap of 75 bottles in the US and 5 in the UK. Formula on this one was a little bit on the thicker side. It didn't have the best self-leveling properties, so I would recommend working in thinner coats. These large circle glitters are decently easy to get out. I do recommend probably doing some glitter placement to get them to go exactly where you want them to go, because again, the formula on this one is kind of thicker. So when those glitters are there, they're kind of there. Otherwise, you're moving things around and it makes more of an uneven manicure. So I would recommend using the glitter placement method with this. Easy enough to use though. I'm not dogging the formula on this whatsoever. You are going to want top coat. This does dry with some pretty intense texture. These larger glitters can create some serious texture. So probably 2 coats of a glossy top coat for this, and removal will be more on the difficult side. This one also does glow in the dark, which I think is a super fun thing, especially around the Halloween season. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Polka Face Pumpkin and a glossy top coat. Next up from Indie by Patty Lopes, we have The Night Before. This is inspired by Halloween pumpkins, and it's described as a magnetic red base with gold glitters and crystal chameleon flakies. This will be $12, and there's a cap of 200 bottles in the US and 20 in the UK. Formula is excellent, not too thick, not too thin, very smooth, easy to work with. These glitters are all on the small side, so they do kind of spread across the nail pretty evenly. This one was pretty opaque. I did 2 coats and then I magnetized it. Normally for my magnetic polishes, I like my base color to be completely opaque before I magnetize, so that way whenever it pulls the pigment from other locations, I don't have any kind of bald spots. I didn't have that issue here doing 2 coats for this. If I was wearing it out though, I probably would have gone in for a 3rd. You are going to want top coat to finish this off. It does have some glitter in there and removal will be difficult. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of The Night Before and a glossy top coat. Next from KB Shimmer, we have Light My Fire. This is inspired by bonfires, and it's described as a blackened base filled with multi-chrome flakes shifting between orange, red, gold, and copper. There's also a scattering of micro hollow flakes in here. This will be $10 and there is no cap. I can't do one of these videos without having missed some kind of element. I didn't know this one was a magnetic polish, but that is a beautiful look. I'm looking at them online right now, and it is a stunning, stunning magnetic. That being said, me not magnetizing it, the formula was beautiful to work with. I got it completely opaque in 2 coats. You can make out each and every one of these little flakes. The multi-chrome effect on here is gorgeous. This was a standout this month for me. It definitely screams fall in a bottle, and I can't wait to wear this all fall. So I really, really like this one. It is going to dry on the dull side. You will want top coat to finish this off, but removal is easy. In my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Light My Fire and a glossy top coat. The other contribution this month from KB Shimmer is their Sugar Scrub in the scent Apple Harvest. This is inspired by apple picking. It's described as having notes of freshly peeled apples throughout, hints of tartness, Honeycrisp and Granny Smith, with subtle traces of cinnamon and stewed pears. This will be $10 and there is no cap. By this point, we all know how I feel about the KB Shimmer Sugar Scrubs. KB Shimmer Sugar Scrubs. I can't live without them. They're in almost every room of my house that runs water. I thoroughly enjoy this. The biggest change for me was whenever I applied this after shaving and I had no more razor bumps. Blew my mind. I've had razor bumps my entire life, so the fact that this completely depleted that issue for me is a huge game changer. I'll never be without this. This scent in particular is so fall. Like, is anybody else getting excited for fall? Because I want to decorate. I mean, I realize it's still like 90 degrees out here, but I really just want to decorate for fall. The scent on this is beautiful though. I really, really love their Sugar Scrubs, so I have nothing bad to say about these. This is the Sugar Scrub in the scent Apple Harvest from KB Shimmer. Next up from Lollipop Posse Lacquer, we have Shivering Down Your Spine. This is inspired by the classic Halloween tunes, spooky, scary skeletons, and a picture of a spooky floating pumpkin. This is described as an electric blue crelly packed with pink and purple color shifting iridescent flakes. This will be $13 and there's a cap of 490 bottles in the US and 10 in the UK. Formula on this is wonderful. I love it when Lollipop does these jelly bases with the iridescent flakes. I think she does it beautifully. She has a gorgeous formula down for these kind of polishes. I did 2 coats to build up to opacity. Looking back on that, I really wish I would have done 3 thinner coats, so that would be my suggestion for this. But it is very easy to work with. You get a ton of these flakes out. They're very easy to spread out evenly across the nail. You are going to want top coat because this dries dull. I would recommend using a matte top coat. I didn't try it, but I'm sure it's going to be a gorgeous manicure. Nothing in this is going to dry with some intense texture. It might dry slightly textured because these flakes in here are larger. So you might have a little bit of texture, but nothing's going to be difficult to remove. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Shivering Down Your Spine and a glossy top coat. Up next from Limbie Designs, we have Ghost Frequency. This is inspired by the sound that's meant to make you see ghosts. It's described as a black base green to purple shifting shimmer with green to copper to gold shifting ultra chrome chameleon flakies and a scattered hollow and hollow micro flakes. This will be $12 and there's a cap of 250 bottles in the US and 20 in the UK. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous polish. Not only on its own, like how it comes, but magnetized, this is beautiful. It's got a green to purple shift. It screams Halloween. Formula is good. I got it completely opaque in 2 coats. Depending on your application, you might want to go in for 3. Again, I like my bases to be completely opaque before I magnetize it, and I think this one was just pushing the edge of needing an extra coat. So I did magnetize after 2. I could definitely see people needing 3. You are going to want top coat to finish this off. It does dry dull and slightly textured. Removal is going to take some scrubbing, but nothing that like a micro glitter would need. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Ghost Frequency and a glossy top coat. I'm a nincompoop, so I have the other product from Limbie Designs, which is their Witch's Heart Wax Melt, but I don't have it in hand because I threw away the packaging whenever I was done melting it. This is inspired by the Witch's Heart cocktail and is described as a delightful blend of orange peel and peppercorn with hints of apple and mandarin, grounded in a base of vanilla and tonka bean. This is going to be $4.50 and there is a cap of 100 available in the US and 10 in the UK. I loved the scent on this. I burned this next to my garage door, which is behind me, which you can't see. So I burned this next to my garage door, and every time I walked in for days, that's all I smelled. It's a gorgeous smell, a strong scent throw. My only complaint with this was it came with these little heart glitters on top of it, which was super cute, but getting that out of my wax melter was not super cute. So the tiniest of complaints, but there was one. But I really loved the scent of this as it burned through the house. I wish I'd kept my packaging because it feels weird not holding anything right now. But yeah, that's the Witch's Heart Wax Melt from Langby Designs. Up next from Night Owl Lacquer, we have Let Your Fears Take Flight. This is inspired by a spooky image of the night sky, bats, and jack-o'-lanterns on Halloween, and it's described as a dark gray crelly filled with orange to brown to gold to green and aqua to green crystal flakes with a sprinkle of hollow dust. This will be $13 and there is no cap. Formula on this is good. It's a little bit on the thicker side. It does take some manipulation to spread these flakes out across the nail evenly. It's not difficult to work with, it's just noticeably there. I did 3 coats to build this one up to full opacity. I think that's a good thing. I don't think doing 2 coats would suffice on this one. There's a ton of flakes in here. It's absolutely jam-packed. This is another one that's going to look beautiful with a matte top coat. I did use a glossy top coat for all of my swatches. Ooh, but everything that I'm saying would look nice with a matte top coat. Lisa from Cosmetic Sanctuary has been matte top coating all of her swatches, so I would recommend checking there to see any kind of matte swatches. This is going to dry dull and pretty textured, so I would recommend a top coat either way, whether matte or glossy, and removal on this is decently easy. It's all flakes. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Let Your Fears Take Flight and a glossy top coat. Up next from my brand Pampered Polishes, we have What Nightmares Are Made Of. This is inspired by the Nightmare Before Christmas, and it's described as a clear to charcoal thermal with pink to gold, ultra chrome chameleon flakies, and a holographic micro glitter. This will be $13 and there is no cap. I'm just now thinking about this, but this could also be another contender to layer over another color and get a different kind of effect. I truly can't wait to try that out. I'm really, really pumped about these clear to black, or in this case charcoal thermals. I can't wait to try something out with that. But since I am a ninny and I didn't think about that beforehand, I did 3 coats of this. I think the formula is good, not too thick, not too thin. A ton of these flakes come out. It doesn't take any manipulation to spread those out evenly across the nail either. You are going to want top coat for this. It does dry on the dull side. Nothing in this is going to dry textured though or be difficult to remove. So in my swatch photos, you're going to see 3 coats of What Nightmares Are Made Of and a glossy top coat. Up next from Penelope Loves, we have Moon Spells. This is inspired by Moon Spells on Halloween night, and it's described as a dark blue base with iridescent flakies in purple, turquoise, and orange. There's also some glitter added in this. This will be $13 and there is no cap. Formula on this is wonderful. I did 3 coats to build it up to full opacity. If you're not super picky, you could get away with 2. The formula is a little bit on the thicker side. It's very easy to work with. I didn't have any kind of running, pulling, or staining. The flakes and glitters that are in here lie decently evenly across the nail. You need minimal manipulation to get it to do so. You are going to want top coat to finish this off. It does dry with some texture, but removal on this is decently easy. You are going to have some scrubbing involved, but totally worth it for the color payoff on this. I think it is gorgeous. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Moon Spells, which I keep saying Moon Smells and have to keep refilming that, so I hope I didn't miss any of them. But 3 coats of Moon Spells and a glossy top coat. The other contribution this month from Penelope Loves is their moisturizing cuticle cream in the tea tree oil and clove oil. This is inspired by Halloween magic potions prepared by witches. It says this is a moisturizing cream for cuticles with high hydration power with tea tree and clove essential oils, a true medicinal effect to prevent fungus and strengthen your nails. This will be $11 and there's a cap of 100 in the US and 20 in the UK. So this kind of surprised me. It's a little bit thicker than I expected it to be. So with that in mind, I expected it to be one of those cuticle creams that kind of sit in your nails and inside of your cuticles and almost never absorb. I didn't experience that with this. It's a wonderfully formulated cuticle cream. It does sit in your cuticle for a hot second, but it does dissolve into them really, really nicely. Nice and hydrating. The scent on this one is wonderful as well. I have zero complaints about this. Again, just in general, for me, a cuticle product is a cuticle product and it will get used and loved in my house. So that is the Moisturizing Cuticle Cream by Penelope Luz. Up next from Rogue Lacquer, we have Something Strange. This is inspired by the new Ghostbusters, and it's described as a vibrant neon green with bright blue metallic microflakes. This will be $12 and there is no cap. This screams me. This is me in a bottle. Formula is wonderful. It took 2 coats to build up to opacity. This is such a Halloween shade, such a gorgeous formula. The flakes that are in here are beautiful and they stand out wonderfully against this neon green base. I did 2 coats for full opacity. You are going to want top coat to finish this off. It does dry dull and slightly textured, but nothing in this is going to be difficult to remove. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Something Strange and a glossy top coat. Rogue Lacquer's other contribution this month is the Take It Off Soy-Based Nail Polish Remover in the scent Jack-O-Lantern. This is inspired by jack-o'-lanterns, and it's a remover that is gentle on your cuticles and nourishing for your skin and nails. This one in particular is scented with spiced pumpkin with an accent of fresh pumpkin and sweet corn. This will be $7 and there is no cap. So I really enjoy the Rogue Lacquer soy nail polish removers. I have no issues removing softer, if you will, polishes, but this is not something that I would use to, say, remove a glitter bomb. It is nice and nourishing on your nails. I love this stuff, and this scent in particular is wonderful. Definitely kind of like a pumpkin spice latte thing. So that is the Rogue Lacquer Take It Off Soy-Based Nail Polish Remover in the scent Jack-O-Lantern. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Up next from Sassy Pants Polish, we have Autumn Sky. This is inspired by the Autumn Sky, and it's described as a turquoise scattered holographic polish with a shifting shimmer and assorted shifting flakes. This will be $12 and there is no cap. Formula is wonderful. I got it completely opaque in 2 coats. I don't see you potentially needing a 3rd coat on this one. It is pretty opaque and pigmented on its own, but I guess there is that potential that it's got a lighter color, more delicate elements. I could see somebody maybe needing 3 coats of this, but highly doubtful. Formula is wonderful, not too thick or too thin, very smooth and easy to work with. These flakes that are in here do stand out nicely, and the holographic is apparent, especially out in the sunlight. You are going to want top coat. It does dry dull, but nothing is super difficult to remove. You might have some light scrubbing involved with this one. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Autumn Sky and a glossy top coat. Up next from Vanessa Molina, we have Strong Base. This is inspired by a pumpkin lantern image, and it is a base coat designed to help recover the nail structure and avoid breakage. This will be $10.50, and there's a cap of 30 in the US and 20 in the UK. So this is really one of those products that you need to use over and over again to see the long-term effects of this. I did like it. I've used it on 3 out of my 6 manicures that I did for this month. I don't use base coat under my swatches, so I didn't test it out that way. Also, if it's such a wonderful base coat, I don't want to waste it. But this, for what I've tried so far, has worked wonderfully. I did experience some staining with Vanessa's other product this month, and I did use this underneath it, so I don't think this is a stain preventing base coat, but it's more so like a nourishing and hydrating and like healing base coat. So that is the Strong base coat from Vanessa Molina. So Vanessa Molina's other contribution or main contribution for this month is Spooky. This is inspired by a Halloween image of a ghost, and it's described as a yellow jelly base with a giant load of Ultra Chrome Chameleon Flakies. This will be $13, and there's a cap of 300 bottles in the US and 20 in the UK. Formula on this is wonderful. It took 3 coats to build up to opacity. It's not too thick or too thin, very smooth and easy to work with, and totally my kind of color on this one. Like I said with their base coat, I did experience some staining through the base coat with this polish, so I can assure you that that would be much, much worse without a base coat. The actual staining, since I don't leave my manicures on when I'm swatching for long, the actual staining was very minor and easy to scrub off. But this is definitely going to dry with some texture. You will want top coat to finish this one off, and removal on this is decently easy, other than scrubbing off any kind of staining that might occur. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Spooky and a glossy top coat. We have 2 more products this month, and they're both from Wetcha, and first up we have Smiley Jack. There is no inspiration or description listed on their site, but this one will be $13 with a cap of 200 bottles in the US and 20 in the UK. This one's kind of a deeper, like fall leaves kind of brown, and it does have a mixture of Ultra Chrome Chameleon Flakies, a shifty Aurora Shimmer, and micro glitters. Formula on this is good. I did 3 coats to build it up to full opacity. I will say I struggled some with the brush on this one. It's so wide that I had issues even getting it back into the bottle, nevertheless spreading it out evenly across my nail and matching my like sidewall area. So the brush on this one, I'm not sure if it's just my brush. It might have been like a faulty brush. So I'm not sure if it's just my brush on this one, but the brush on this one was difficult to work with. The polish was easy to work with. This does take 3 coats to build up to opacity. You're definitely going to want top coat to finish this off. It dries with some pretty intense texture. This is one of those glitters that love to eat top coat, so definitely some top coat on this one, and removal is difficult. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Smiley Jack and a glossy top coat. Wetcha's other product this month is their top glitter. It says this works as a glitter leveler. After applying your nail polish, wait for it to dry a bit, apply a top coat of this glitter topper, and then apply your favorite top coat after that. This will be $10, and there's a cap of 80 available in the US and 20 in the UK. This is a product that I highly stand behind. Half of my bottle is gone. I'm definitely going to have to order a backup bottle of this, but almost every glitter that you saw in today's video was used with this as a topper. This, I don't know what it is, but these thirsty for top coat glitters are absolutely demolished by this. It's a beautiful topper, and it smooths over every kind of glitter. So I really, really love this product. I've used it for, again, most of today's swatches, as well as a ridiculous amount of swatching that I've done so far, and it just smooths glitters over beautifully. So that's the Wetcha Top Glitter. Alright guys, we did it, and only one baby woke up throughout this filming process, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Let me know in the comments below what you guys plan on picking up from this month's polish pickup. Let me know what your favorite was from today's video. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.